Today I'm gonna expose things that you have been doing wrong your entire life. First up, you are probably peeling a banana this way. Well, this apparently is the incorrect way. So much so that even the monkeys are doing it better than us. Well, you're supposed to go from the bottom. Just squeeze the bottom with your thumb and your index finger and then just pull it down and it will split the skin without mashing the banana. See, didn't waste a single bit of it. But there's one more very efficient way to do this. I also don't like how my mouth feels after eating a banana. I might need a mouth freshener after this. Well, speaking of mouth freshener, you have been opening Tic Tacs the wrong way. You're probably used to open them this way. That's too much. But this is not the right way to do this. Since this Tic Tac container is specifically designed to only get one at a time, all you need to do is just flip the container and open it like this and watch what happens. Only one Tic Tac comes out at a time perfectly in this little area. You can definitely use this trick to impress your friends, as long as your friends are 12-year-olds. That sounds awfully wrong. Next up is cookies. How am I eating cookies wrong now? Well, no, you haven't been eating them wrong, but storing them can be quite challenging. If you're storing with the cookies in the packet, you might want to keep a bread with them. It actually prevents them from getting stale because the bread absorbs all the moisture. So let's just put a piece of bread in these cookies and let's put them away for 10 hours in the fridge. And we'll see in the end of the video, does this actually work? Well, I've always wondered, how can I eat Pringles without getting my hands dirty? Turns out there is a solution for that. If you just fold the paper like this and then put it into the container like that, you can pull the Pringles out of the containers without having to get your hands dirty. This is quite useful, but there is one problem with it. It's quite hard to put them back in because if I do try and do that, then most of the cheese just breaks. Well, there's one thing that I like with my Pringles. A chocolate. And the Toblerone used to be one of my go-to options, for which I have figured out a better way to eat. Since most of the people I know eat Toblerone like this, they try to break it like this, which gets quite hard to do since this specific chocolate is quite hard from here. So to make this easier, there is a better way to do this. Just flip the chocolate and put your hand here and then just pull it back and see how easy it becomes. It's literally very satisfying to do this. By the way, these cookies from earlier have been in this bag for the past 5 hours and they look quite fine by this point. Let's come back in the end of the video and see what happens. Next up is a cupcake. Well, the only one problem with eating cupcakes is that whenever I try to eat them, I get icing all over my upper lip, which can look very sus. So the better way to eat it is to break the bottom of the cupcake and then put it on the top of it to make it a cupcake sandwich. This actually saves you from looking like you have been on an amazing night out in the streets of Amsterdam, especially when you're sneaking into a kid's birthday party. Well, I've bought this box of peanut butter, which I am unable to open, and I'm guessing you have had yourself in similar situation. And then you want to use hot water or a towel, but sometimes it's just too stubborn that nothing works out. Turns out, all you need in this situation is some rubber bands. Just put some rubber bands around the cap of it and you will have extra grip with this, and then you can just open it. You have been drinking your soda wrong. Well, let me explain. When you drink a soda straight from the can, you can have a lot of bad bacteria going into your mouth, since this one can has been in multiple places before it reaches to you. And if you try to put a straw on it, it's not gonna stay in place. But there is a solution for that. When you open a can of any soda, you see this little thing on the top. Well, this top thing is supposed to be flipped around so you can put a straw through it and hold it in place. You have been eating your burger wrong. Whenever you eat a burger, you often get very messy because for some reason all the stuff just wants to come out of it. And once again, to save yourself from looking like you stand on the streets of Amsterdam, you should hold your burger as you would normally, but put your pinky finger below the burger to make it a nice and tight grip, and that will save you from that messy bite. Next up, we have an orange. Peeling an orange can take forever sometimes. But there is a solution to make it easy. Just make a small cut from the bottom and the top of the orange. And then from the top, cut halfway down the orange along one of the seams. And there you go. You can just open it and you have your perfectly sliced orange. You have been pouring your juice wrong. You're probably pouring it like this, which is quite of a hard way to control the flow, and you might even end up spilling it sometimes. Well, just like always, there is a better way to do this. Just hold the carton the other way around and you will be able to control the flow much better. I mean, I don't understand the physics behind it, but it works very well. Next up is your tie. It can take forever to tie a tie sometimes, but there is a hack for that. Just put your tie on your arm like this and then just wrap it around your arm 3 times. And then go in from the top of it and then grab the second line and pull it out. And there you go. You have your perfectly fine tie in just 10 seconds. You have been blowing your bubbles wrong. You're probably doing it like this. Or like this. But both of them are wrong. And there is a faster way to do this. Next up is ice cream. Well, every time you try to eat ice cream straight from the refrigerator, you probably have this problem of not being able to scoop out the ice cream. But there is a very simple hack for this. All you need is some boiling water. Just dip the spoon into the boiling water and you should be able to scoop it out smoothly. This actually is very smart, by the way. You have been using the toilet wrong your entire life. You probably sit like this in your toilet, right? Turns out this is not the ideal way to sit on it, since it can cause unnecessary pressure on your lower bowel, risking the development of hemorrhoids. So to avoid this problem, you should use a stool to elevate your feet from the ground, which helps in lowering the pressure from your bowel. Well, by the way, it's been 10 hours for our cookies, so let's see, are they stale or not? They should technically be stale. The looks wise, they look pretty fine. Are they stale, are they not? Let's see the crunch. They're not stale at all. They've been in the fridge for the last 10 hours and they're not stale at all. The bread is actually very soaked up, so that probably has taken up all the moisture. Turns out this actually works very well. And is there anything that you have found out which made you question your life? Well, let me know in the comments and I'll see you all in the next video. Till then, peace. That bowl solution went into my mouth, bro.